Welcome to the Citadel, I'm the commander. Attractive women face the Belsanda. Pronouns was, were, used to be. Your MC look like NPC. Keely serves up propaganda. Love you long time, please import the panda. Bud Light yourself, LBBQ. Japan is now Africa number 2. One is free speech, one's a hate crime. Disagree online, now you do hard time. None digested, woke infested. Protect yourself, not today, get arrested. Relax, chud, embrace migration. Replacement cause UN celebration. BBC Black Anglo-Saxon. Mixed race couples maxing, relaxing. Sometimes vocal, always minority. You pray we respect that authority. Lights go on and the roaches scurry. You can't escape molester McFlurry. Hello, beta testers. Like, comment, and subscribe if you like the wheels on this bus going round and round. It's my belief that if Sacha Baron Cohen weren't allowed to bring his fascination with other cultures to the forefront, that most of us would never know his name and he couldn't star in MCU hit shows like Ironheart. Another waste of time none of you have seen because we're not all dying for political injections in our escape entertainment. We love Mephisto, but we hate this slop, so it's another waste on par with Christian Bale in Thor, Love, and Watiti. So the irony is, if Sasha tried to come up in this era, he'd be cancelled for having the wrong thoughts. He'd be as verboten as a Sydney Sweeney. But in the spirit of keeping that humor alive, can I read you this? Why Japan named Kisarazu as the hometown for Nigerians, and which visa them want give them? Japanese government don't designate Kisarazu city as the hometown for Nigerians where one live and work for Japan. Nigeria Ministry of Information and National Orientation will give the informant on their X. Wow, can you believe that? The government of Japan has officially designated the city of Kisarazu as the hometown for Nigerians willing to live and work in the country, apparently. Allegedly. And the Japanese government will be providing monthly allowances and subsidized housing for Nigerian Japanese couples under the new hometown visa. You've heard of reparations, but have you heard of government-approved Japanese Anuki sensation Hi Puffy Yumi, love you long time, happy ending for me tonight? Yeah, so anyway, Japan's like, no, we know that is not happening. I don't know, we are denying, we refute all of that. Shut the fuck up. Rising Sun Nippon Japanese tire hair no. And we said, oh well, you know, it would have been so easy to believe. Maybe even you live in a country, beta tester, where people have been allowed in who do not hide their intention to involve themselves sexually without consent, of course, with often underage individuals in a way that seems to be protected by the law, because they come from a place that is so ignorant that their ignorance can be used as a defense against the law. And how ignorant are we talking? We're talking this ignorant. Do I need to read that? It's alright, right? Anyway, sometime I'll be up in the Discord thinking, man, y'all shouldn't be saying this shit in general because it's politics. And then I think, wait a minute. They put the politics in everything. Nothing can be an escape anymore, especially not the motherfucking video games. That's crazy. So, at the prestigious and highly acclaimed Jeff Keighley presented Gamescom Showcase, there were no shortage of games that were truly just used as vehicles for the agenda. Games are more than entertainment, they'd say. You have to stand up and you can't be silent and just sit by. Another Dustborn, right on time. And what's this? Here under the tree? An air quotes game about immigrating across the Mexico-US border? Wow. Well, at least the upcoming skate game by EA releasing in early access will be too simple a concept to complicate. Right.
I'm Yolanda and I'm a user experience designer on the team, so I'm responsible for how players create or customize their characters. I think self-expression, accessibility, and inclusivity are definitely the core of skate culture. And I really like how skateboarding is providing a platform where everyone is encouraged to explore and push their boundaries without gender limitation. So when I joined the team, I was very surprised to see all of our characters are genderless. So I think that's also what we want to provide our players with in the customization experience. Yeah, so this is the character that I used recently in the game. Personally, I want to be someone who's completely different from how I look in real life. Like I want to change my hair color every day in the game.
You want to look different from how you look in real life, but never in like a big boob kind of way, only in like a I want to change my hair color kind of way. And that's totally not typical of the woke modern audience nose ring types you're trying to appeal to. You motherfuckers dye your hair? Oh my god, that's so mean.
I feel like those same people that were hating are gonna play that game, and guess what? They're gonna love it.
And guess what? They're gonna love it.
So they can be mad.
So they can be mad. Ooh, you know, they can, but
You ever see somebody want attention so bad in their life? You ever see somebody look at Rachel Zegler and think, wow, she's such a narcissist. Maybe someday maybe someday I can aspire to not think of anyone else. Just fuck their job. Fuck the time they've been committing to whatever. I don't care if this costs them money. It's about me and my bald head. It doesn't take an expert to know that a man can spend their life mesmerized by a pretty face and a nice pair of titties. So that's why, hilariously, so much of this has failed. They're so angry at femininity now that there was never really going to be a chance for them to keep our attention. So we're coming to terms with just how forced everything is, how astroturfed, and that's a term that some of us never really needed to understand the meaning of, not outside of grass, but the simulated or artificially created public support for something generated by an orchestrated marketing or public relations campaign. It's becoming fairly see-through, transparent at this point. Sakumai Baozu. So we can talk about this weird, new game that, but honestly, a picture is worth 1,000 words, or a collage in this case, and I'm just gonna splash it up, bro. You're gonna see and hear a bunch of hilarious things coming out in time, but I've been bribed, I've been attacked, I've had death threats hurled at me, all kinds of shit, when I know that I'm getting warm, and people don't like the concording, the dustborn talk so frequently. But when you're hiring the same people and you're all friends and you're all in cahoots, I mean, the shoe fits. And you are indicating to people now that they're bothering you by blocking them preemptively because y'all do have that little list that you operate off of, and it's like so funny for them to have nothing to do with you, have never mentioned you, and then when they look at your page, you've blocked them. Oh my god, bro. Indicate the weak spot harder. You're making real fans. That's what you always wanted, right? Or was it only a certain kind of fans? Only fans. Beta testers, I thank you for being the vocal minority, as Cracker Barrel was trying to reduce it to, before, of course, some of that caught up with them and they were forced to make a statement. Vocal minorities in the past have tried to stop gaming from Saints Row rebooting, and make no mistake, GTA 6 was delayed because it didn't anticipate another Trump era. It didn't anticipate us being able to be speaking freely on a platform that Elon had to allow us to stop getting blocked and filtered and silenced on. And every entity who blocks and mocks contributes to an army, whether it's a Tate or a Musk or an Asmongold, that unfortunately is going to be getting a lot more vocal, understanding that it's the only way to stop this woke breaking everything it can get its hands on. So, congratulations. You clocked a dustborn as it was being pushed down your throat. Shout out to Jeff Keighley. And now, they've gone silent across the board. I'm sure they'll try to weaponize this outrage. They are the victims and blah, 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 man. But all you had to do is watch. All you had to do is speak up. All you had to do is let your wallet shut when you saw that woke fuck they're trying to convince you is a woman. And every time you see that downgrade happen and You know why. You know who's involved. And you can get to the bottom of it if you have the time. And if you don't have the time, contribute to whomever you see around you risking things, especially when some of them are extra punished, to get the word out. I love you guys to death. I thank you, and I'm appreciative and proud of those of you who are finally finding them balls. But to the patrons and the sponsors, you're heroes, keeping this thing going when, you know, a lot is being pushed and prodded to make it so that even people paying are not getting notified. I love you. I thank you. Like, comment, I'll get to it. I'm going to start reading some of your top comments in these, and I just genuinely appreciate those of you being vocal. The things that make my day are kind of like hour-long redesigns of Concord characters, because when you make it abundantly clear, specifically, explicitly what was wrong, it really helps ice the Saints Row cake. We see a lot of autopsies these days, and I'm going to leave you with a couple of clips that kind of just show you what happens when you take a thing that's fine and try to fix what's not broken. That's so activist. And we're ready for it happening as many times as possible. So I'm excited for Skate.
We're always punching up. We want to be absurdist. We don't want to be mean.
Nowadays, we want to laugh with everybody, not at people.
You know, it's basically you can be funny and still be decent.
Wow, dude.
Some things we did not age well, and we're not doing that.
What the fuck?
A bonus.
Actual fuck? What the actual goddamn
She's
fuck?
fuming. Never believe.
Goddamn motherfucking goddamn fuck! Crap.
The licensed music.
Goddamn fucking shit. Crap,
There might be some music right now.
Bitch
I
ass.
don't know.
Swipe,
Probably
this,
is.
Swipe, crap, and crap.
Please don't be too harsh in the comments.
You stupid bastard.
Please don't be too harsh in the comments.
Saints Row used to be a self-aware B-movie of video games taking shots at everyone and anything. But now the socially inexperienced children that work at Volition are too scared to take any shots and will therefore miss all of them. Volition is too woke to make jokes, too woke to include anything other than exclusively ugly people in their cast. Cringe lines about how they're gonna afford a waffle maker during their brunch.
If you want a $300 waffle maker,
You're gonna help me get the waffle maker.
throw in $20 for a waffle maker.
What sort of waffle maker can I get for $35?
One that makes fucking waffles?
Hey!
Right before they walk outside and then steal a car?
So, Nina, are we taking your project car?
Fuck no, I'm not risking my baby over rent. We're boosting cars from down the street.
Do you think the car might net you enough if you were to sell it or scrap it for a waffle maker? Or even rent money?
I love that you're worried about fuel efficiency.
Brunch is a time for friends and mimosas.
Cringe. For God's sake, man.
Goals for this product, it's about making the best Saints Row game we've ever done.
What's going on with the camera, man?
Practically tailor-made for Saints Row.
The biggest and best Saints Row playground yet.
It is this weird combination that I don't see in any other games out there of humor, of over-the-top, and of badass.
It's been in development since Agents of Mayhem, as far as I'm aware.
We want to take our time to make sure that, you know, the reboot is done with as much care as possible.
Rich in culture, rich in diversity and history.
Embrace your identity and revel in it.
Shut the fuck up.
We're actually blocking ourselves from the massive creativity we have at the studio.
Did he really just say that? Did he really just say that?
The highest compliment that I think that you can pay to a reboot is to say, oh wow, it feels the same but different.
When you smoke too much crack?
Kevin is shirtless. I don't know why.
Kev wants to be a TV chef.
I mean, Kevin is... Kevin's great.
Kevin.
He's so fun.
I mean,
So fun.
Or so she says to her cats.
we've created a set of characters that you're going to want to invite into your living room every day.
With the Southwest, there's really not any place quite like it. There's so much cool art. There's so much cool life.
What does it mean to be alive?
Designed a lot of systems and leveraged a lot of systems to sort of keep that open world ambient spawning alive. This idea, we had a whole open world team working on all those kinds of issues on how do we keep the city feeling alive. So there was a lot of work that went into it.
If you say so.
It's in good hands, and it's just a matter of wait and see. We promise you, like, we're doing, you know, right by this, and we're making sure we're doing it right.
There's going to be a vocal contingent of people who are not going to be happy with it. And I think we always knew that that was going to happen early on. And I think we always had pretty good confidence that the more we showed, the more that we would bring some of those people around. And, you know, I don't know why I was reading the comments, but I was reading the comments.
You don't know why you were reading the comments, you ignorant developer? No worries. This will be the last relevant thing Volition does.
I think we've made something magic. I think we've made something great. The minute I saw it, I'm like, that's Saints Row right there. That's it. You'll be on the floor laughing because it's just the funniest thing in the universe. But then you have to take that step back and you've got to say, like, okay, is that appropriate for this setting? Is that appropriate for this mission? Like, is that too far? Like,
why don't you sell, like, Saints Row to, like, Matt and Trey Parker, since you couldn't keep a baby entertained on an iPad with this glorified early access mobile app you're calling a game? Volition was thoroughly warned and chose instead to mock, censor, and take every avenue but the one where they douse themselves in gasoline, so I congratulate Volition on what was their obvious goal. Hello, beta testers.
They're gonna love it. So they can be mad.